So hot take, bad opinion, unpopular opinion, genius in disguise. Or I could just be an idiot with a microphone. And before anyone lights a candle and banishes me from the sacred temple of thy book influences, hear me out. Because I think genuinely the BookTube and BookTok culture might be the single worst thing to happen to reading since school reading logs that forced you to analyse The Giver with a worksheet. So I'm going to say it, and I'm not taking it back. And yeah, I'm fully aware that I've been part of this culture for nearly a decade. I have that level of self-awareness. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. And before we get into it, this video is sponsored by Mountaineer brand. If you're like me and you want products that actually work without the itchiness or dry skin, then they've got you covered. Everything's all natural, from beard care to skin care, specifically made for bald men. Use code BOLDBOOKGEEK with a capital B for 20% off your first order. Somewhere along the line, reading stopped being this quiet personal thing you did because you loved stories or were mildly embarrassed by some of the books that you liked, and it became a competitive sport. Like, remember when the biggest reading pressure you felt was your teacher saying, well, maybe try something that doesn't have dragons in it this time? Now it's, if you haven't read these 27 hyped books that are trending on every social media platform before breakfast, are you even a real reader? Reading used to be like wandering through a forest, lost, confused, enjoying the ambience, and wondering which way is the right way to go. Now it feels like running a marathon, while influencers throw sprayed gold-edged copies of Fourth Wing at your head yelling, "Read faster! Buy more! Prove your worth!" FOMO culture is exhausting. I have fallen for it. You're not reading because you're excited, you're reading because you're terrified of missing the conversation, and honestly that's not reading, that's homework with pretty lighting and a nicer aesthetic. Rather than being cross-legged on your bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, panicking because you need this done by tomorrow. Let's be brutally honest here. BookTube and in turn BookTok have created this weird hive mind where we all pretend we love the same 5 books, the same 5 writers, the same 5 everything. Like, statistically, not everyone loves the same romantasy with the same assassin's girl with the vague, trauma-filled backstory and a dragon that talks like a snarky older brother, and a hot dude in leather with a huge rooster. But we all nod along like robots because we don't want to be that guy who says the Emperor has no clothes, or that #1 trending book is just mid. I say this lovingly. BookTube and BookTok, especially BookTok, will hype anything if the font on the cover looks spicy enough. Meanwhile, there are perfectly good books, amazing books, rotting away in libraries because it's not on the algorithm's approved reading list. Here's my opinion, and that's going to get me in trouble, but when doesn't it get me in trouble? Book internet stopped being about books a long time ago. It's about aesthetics, it's about buying, it's about vibes, it's about drama and discourse, and whatever the word of the month is. It's not really about reading, and the wild thing is, this culture punishes you for actually reading. If you read slowly, you're falling behind. If you reread something, you're wasting your time. If you pick up something obscure, weird little out-of-print novel from 1987 about a time-traveling fisherman and his talking cat, suddenly no one cares. Book culture, a vast majority of it online, is, why are you reading what you like when you could be reading what we like? Become one of us. Join us. We are all. Which is insane. Because reading is literally the most personal hobby in the world, on the planet. Probably in the solar system if there's life on other planets. Here is some genuinely revolutionary reading advice. Go to a library. I know, radical concept, revolutionary. Oh wait, some of you might not know what libraries are. They're buildings where you can sign up for a membership and they give you a little card, and you can take books out and borrow them and you can return them and get more books. That they exist, they're amazing. Yes, I'm fully aware not every town has a library. There are e-libraries and digital libraries and all of this stuff, but I'm just being sarcastic. My advice is walk past the new release section. Walk past the giant billboard that says the new TikTok sensation. Keep going until you hit that sad little section where the carpet changes colour and you can hear the humming of the fluorescent lighting above you. The same lighting you never want to take a selfie in because you will look like you've been to hospital for 6 months. That's where the real magic is. Pick up the book that no one's touched since 2004. The one with the cracked spine and that weird cover art that looks like it was designed in Microsoft Paint. Usually involving a few glasses of Chardonnay. You know the type. When you flip that book open, and that little thing inside, be it a card, some libraries have checkout cards. You might need to Google what that is. Or it has a little stamp showing that someone borrowed it in 1998 and again in 2013, and that's it. Those books, they are the good ones. Those are the books that will surprise you. Those are the ones that haven't been, well, destroyed by hype and discourse and weekly wrap-ups. If the internet has taught us anything, it's that the best books are the ones nobody's screaming about online. And like I used to say this years ago, I never take reading recommendations from book Twitter, let alone anywhere else. Someone needs to hear this, and it might be you, and I needed to hear it a long time ago. Reading is not a competition. There is no leaderboard in heaven. You do not win reading. You do not get extra XP for finishing 10 books in a week. And you definitely don't lose if you've only read a chapter before bed because your job, your life, and your sanity got in the way. The moment you start reading to keep up, you stop reading for yourself. And look, I'm not innocent. I've absolutely read books because everyone else was. I've done reading challenges. I've made the wrap-ups, the TBRs, and the haul videos like some cursed content hamster on a wheel. But that's why I say this. It's not healthy, it's not sustainable. And it doesn't make you love books anymore. If anything, it makes you burnt out, mildly resentful of every character that crosses your path. So here's my little self-deprecating plea as someone who has been making book content for nearly a decade. Someone who has made mistakes. Someone who has burnt out more times than I even care to admit. Reject the culture, reclaim the hobby. Read weird again. Go to the library. Go to your discount bookstop. Browse some thrift stores. Pick up something obscure. Read slowly. Read quietly. Read without thinking how this will look in a thumbnail. Reading is supposed to be intimate, private, and personal. It shouldn't feel like performing at a circus while 1,000 people on TikTok judge you on your form. Look, the book internet screams about whatever it wants. Let it. Let it just scream and holler. You don't have to join in. You can just read a book. I know, wild. You can just read a book. And I say this. Remember, if you've made it this far, like, leave a comment, subscribe, tell me what you think, hit that hype button because it's a brilliant little button and it helps drastically. And if you really want to go deep into my own well of madness, self-pity, and self-deprecating humour that I use to cover up my sheer uncomfortableness and real-life awkwardness, and my own trauma, remember to check out my membership options for exclusive content and early access, and also check out Substack, Ko-fi, and Patreon for perks and other things. So I'll leave this one here. Read books, people. Just read.